Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Eric Kincaid from the Fairview School District. Welcome. It is Wednesday, July 8th. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon right now. And this one is going to be a rather short message. I want to give folks an update on where we are right now with our reentry plan and our health and safety plan for the 2021 school year. I want to also let folks know, because I just can't respond to all of you individually who submitted questions. There's just far too many. But I want you to know that those of you who submitted questions with concerns or comments, we are going to be addressing those. We're working on those as we speak. We're putting together we've tried to consolidate them into a workable list, and we're putting together a list of frequently asked questions that should answer most, if not all, of the thoughts and concerns that are out there. We are working actively and very hard right now to put the final touches on our plans for return to school, regardless of the phase that Pennsylvania happens to be in come September 1 when the kids come back. As you know from watching the news and just absorbing what's out there, recommendations and mandates and things are changing really every week. And so our plans are designed to be very flexible, so that, for example, the governor just issued a mask mandate for all public buildings. So our plan just changes with that, and masks at this time would be mandatory, and that could change come September as well. Real brief summary, just again, on what you will be seeing here. Our red plan, remember, red means at home, school is closed, and kids would be working online, much like they did last year. However, we have some experience behind that now, and our red plan for next year is much more robust, and I think folks will be much more pleased with the templates and the things that we have designed for teachers moving forward under those conditions. We're certainly hoping not to be there. Our yellow plan, which is probably the one that is the most difficult to put together, and probably, to be honest, probably the most controversial one, because we do have our K-6 learners coming in every day, spreading them out amongst the three buildings, and then our 7-12 learners will be online. However, folks need to understand, and you'll get a better sense of this next week, but that 7-12 model, that online model, is very robust. It's going to be structured. The teachers are going to have live interaction. There's going to be classes going on. There's going to be a mandatory attendance. Grading is going to be the same as it always is in school. So the yellow is going to look much different for high school kids, if middle school and high school kids 7-12, if we get to that point. And we'll be explaining more of that here in just a minute. And then green, of course, we're back. And green would be, there will be several restrictions, where we can eat and how we can co-mingle in common spaces and things like that. And those are all outlined in our health and safety plan as well. I do want to just touch quickly on our online academy, because we've talked about this, and most of the questions I'm getting about the online academy have been difficult because it's a work in progress for us, but we're still in the planning phases. We do, it will be up and running for the 2021 school year. We know that. It will be a mix of Fairview created courses and some other content that we've purchased, but our curriculum will be used. Our employees will be used to instruct and deliver that content online. They're putting it together, and we'll be assessing it and scoring students, etc. that way. Just so you know, though, the academy is not going to be, the online academy is not going to be this, this fluid program where kids can come in and go out and come in and go out. The purpose of the academy and the design of the academy would be, if you're not going to come back to school, you're not going to be a in-class student or a brick and mortar to our building type of student, your option would be to have an online learning platform. So although we wouldn't want you to go online for a week or 2 weeks and then come back to school, we would have some minimum requirements. For example, right now, our thought is that it's going to be a minimum of a marking period. You would have to get into the program and stay for at least a marking period before you could come back into the regular program. And that's just for ease of transition with content. There's no way to keep the online program completely in line with what we're doing in school in all of your classes. So more to come on that as we go. Here's what I want you to know, though. Our health and safety plan is done, and our return to school plan is just about done. So it's Wednesday. We're presenting both of those plans to our Board of School Directors on Monday, July 13th. We're hoping to get the board's blessing on both of those plans on Monday, July 13th. Then we're going to turn around and present to our staff virtually the next day. So Tuesday, July 14th next week, we'll be presenting to our staff. Following that presentation, we're going to roll all this information out to our community in a virtual town hall meeting format. And so that'll either be, it'll be sometime late next week. We haven't picked the date yet because it's not going to be a live event. We're going to record it and then put it out there. But we're using all your frequently asked questions and feedback that we've gotten to create that online town hall platform video so that we can get that out to the community. So what you should be expecting from us in the next week or so, probably toward the end of next week, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday of next week, is a couple of things. One will be all of your frequently asked questions with detailed responses on what to expect for next year. And then two will be a town hall format style video where you'll hear from all of the folks on our different return to school entry committees and our reentry committee groups. You'll hear from all those groups and get some feedback on what we're doing in terms of transportation, what we're doing in terms of food service, health and safety, athletics, teaching and learning, special education, all of those things. You'll get a good feel for what Fairview School District has plans. And I can tell you that it's pretty comprehensive. It's very well done. We've had about 100 stakeholders working together, putting in lots and lots of time with this. This is, in my 15 years here at Fairview, definitely the busiest summer we've ever had. Not a bad busy, just a different type of busy. But we're excited to get all that information out to you because there needs to be some clarity on what red, yellow, and green really looks like. I think there's a misconception that, what we did at the end of last year, in a pinch, is what we'll be doing if we're in that situation this year. And that is absolutely not the case. You're going to see a much more streamlined and robust process this year because we have that experience under our belts now. We are certainly hoping that we're going to come back in green. We're certainly hoping that we get beyond green and our kids are back in school here and we're back at it. But for now, we have to follow what the state tells us and the recommendations from the Department of Health, and that's much of what you'll see. When our board approves the health and safety plan on Monday, hopefully it gets approved on Monday, that will be advertised on our website, so you'll be able to take a look at that. Let me tell you, though, that the health and safety plan, just to preface it, the health and safety plan really doesn't address teaching and learning. It really just addresses the safety aspect of reopening the buildings. In other words, how are you cleaning? How are you disinfecting? How are you social distancing? What are you doing on the playground? How are you managing your cafeterias and hallways and restrooms? Those are the types of questions that the health and safety plan addresses. That's why, as a district, we took it a step farther and put a reentry committee together to talk about all those other things: transportation and curriculum, and all the things that fit together, athletics, extracurriculars that fit together to make Fairview the Fairview School District, and not just the health and safety end of things that the state is requiring. So you're going to see both of those things next week. The health and safety plan, you're going to find it to be very repetitive. It simply follows a template that the state provided for us. So most school districts probably look very similar. I'm guessing, I haven't seen others. But the reentry plan is very unique to us, and it details exactly what we're doing in every phase of operation here in the school district. So look for that next week. And if you have any questions in the meantime, you know how to get a hold of us here at the school. Myself, anyone else at the central office, or any of our building principals are available all week to take your calls or emails. It's July 8th, and students don't come back till September 1st, so they have plenty of time to enjoy the beautiful weather here and get out and soak up the sun and stay healthy and safe. And we will be back with you next week with more information. Don't hesitate to call if you have any questions in the meantime. Thank you.